Hey, this is a quick recording of getting started with Yacht Club Manager from ClubSoft. So when you get your first login, what you'll do is you'll log into the site. You can customize the home screen. You can add social links. So I'm going to kind of walk through some of the configuration and getting the application set up when you first get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to configuration. We're going to click on the configuration tab. From here, I can kind of build out my executive officers, my committee, and then if there's staff for my club, I will start building those out here. Under other, this is where I would end up customizing the text that displays on the home screen. So here I would end up, if I have existing text, I can take that from my existing site and I can paste that in here. Once I'm done, click save. If I have a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube link, I would upload that here. And then if I have a YouTube video that I want displayed on the home screen, I would select that here. Over here, I can select and change out the logo. So it'll end up removing the logo that's displayed. And so now my Perry Yacht Club logo is now displaying. I can do the same with the icon. And then the home background, what that does is I will end up changing the home screen. If you have a waiting list for mortgage, you can enable that here. So I'm going to click save for now. And then website tools, this is where you can go ahead and embed the membership application onto your website. Document permissions, you can build out different document permissions. And then integrations, we're going to come back to this in a little bit. But this is where you would end up configuring your Stripe account. And then resources, this is the different categories and the different resources you can build. So depending on what you want to assign to your club. So if I want to say mortgage, I can go here, I can select the description, I can require the user to complete an agreement, and I can also upload a mortgage map. So we'll click submit. And then you would create a category or a resource under that category. So if I wanted to say B21 and assign it to mortgage, from here you can create a subscription. So what you'll end up doing is you'll end up creating a product under the financial section and then create a subscription from here. So then you'll create the subscription. The way this works is when a user is assigned a resource, they end up getting a bill. So if that bill is due on March 1st, they'll get a bill that notifies them on March 1st that they have 30 days to pay. And then that's how a subscription would work. So that's one way of invoicing members. And then I'll show you another way here in a second. And then from here, you can also assign the length, the depth, and the beam. You can set that slip to that resource to be a check-in, check-out, so the user can check in and check out, and then you can require the user to upload a user agreement and insurance documents. So I'm going to click submit, and then under resources, this is where you would go to assign the resources to a user. To add users to the system, you'll click on members, and then under member directory, you'll go here to import user. You'll download the PDF and then fill out the PDF and then re-upload it, and then that uploads all of your users to the application. They don't actually get a username and password until you're ready to go live with the software. So once you're ready to go live, just let us know. We'll activate the system and then it'll send an email to every user. So there's 3 different ways to get users into the application. One, you can do the bulk import. The second way is go to new member and fill out the new member form here. And then the third way is through that embed link that I showed you a second ago that looks like this on this website. So right here, there's the membership form. So that's what the embed looks like. This can be customized on the back end. And so that is one of the 3 different ways to get users into the application. If they join or if they fill out the application on your website, they will end up getting put into this waiting. So this is where prospective members would end up going. And so that's where they would end up showing up there. And then once you have members in there, you can go in and you can assign them a resource. And then again, depending on how you want to set up the billing, they can automatically get an invoice based on how you set the assign them to a space. And then you can also go in here and create an invoice here. So what you would end up doing for, depending on how you wanted to set up the billing for your club, you would go here, click create a product, and then you can tie that product to an organization tier. And so that's the different tiers within your club. So if you have regular and family, and you want those billed automatically, you can do that one way there, or you can click on invoice and actually create an invoice. The major difference between invoice and subscriptions is invoice, you can set the due date to January 1st and the user will get an invoice today. Subscriptions work slightly differently. It's more like your Netflix subscription where on February 1st their subscription will renew and then they have 30 days to pay. So it's kind of a post due date, which sometimes doesn't work for yacht clubs. So all of the customers or all of your members will show up under customers, and you can create a subscription or create a invoice based on that user, and then it'll automatically send them the subscription or the invoice. And then payments will show you the existing payments into the org. So to get all of this to work, you need to go through and click here to configure with Stripe. And that'll walk you through the Stripe setup and setting up your club with our software. So once you do that, then you'll kind of be able to start sending invoices to your members from there. Any questions, feel free to reach out. Happy to answer any additional questions you might have as you play around with our software, and look forward to supporting you and your club going forward.